Why is this being weird? Welcome back to my channel, Corduroy ASMR. So today I'm going to be doing, this is probably going to be kind of a short video because I didn't watch too much, but I'm going to be going over the films that I watched in February. So far, I'm going to watch another movie tonight, and then I might watch another one soon after, because I don't know if it'll end up fitting into February, but I'll still mention it just in case. But the ones that I have watched already, we'll start with those. So I'll start with my rewatches because they're not as interesting, I guess. So I rewatched Everything Everywhere All at Once, and you guys, I loved this movie when it came out, and I still love it so much, but I hadn't watched it in a hot minute, so I kind of like, the impact had left me a bit, you know what I mean? And then I watched it again, and I was like, fuck, I love this movie, genuinely. I fucking love Waymond. Like, I actually am gonna start crying. I love him so much. I love him in every universe, besides maybe like Alpha Waymond, but like, everyone deserves a Waymond in their life. He's just like, he's so sweet and kind, and like, that whole scene about his speech about like being kind to each other and stuff. Please, I'm gonna cry. Like, I love that scene. It's like, I know a lot of people love the rock scene the most, but that scene with Waymond's little, like, I don't know if it's a monologue or what it's called, but bitch, I literally like am low-key tearing up right now, thinking about it again, because it genuinely like makes me emotional with the cinematography and the way that he delivers it and everything. It actually, bitch, and that whole part where he's like, in the other universe, he's like, in the universe where him and Evelyn don't stay together, and Evelyn doesn't leave with him to America and stuff, and he's like a successful businessman and all this stuff, but he still is like, in another universe, I would have loved to just do laundry and taxes with you. Bitch, I'm gonna kill myself. Like, don't play with me right now. That scene, like, actually, I don't know, it just does something to me. This eyelash is really fucking annoying me. But that made me well up a little bit thinking of that specific line, but it's just, and it's just like, Evelyn at the end sees the beauty in her mundane life, and it's just like, you guys, I fucking love that movie. And then obviously like the mother and daughter relationship, obviously it's done in a wild way, right? But it's so realistic. Oh god, it's such a good movie. So of course, stays 5 stars for me. Duh, bitch. It was 5 stars from the beginning. It's 5 stars now. And I believe that was the guy who plays Waymond. What's his name? What's it? Hugh Kwan. Right? I believe that's how you pronounce it. This was his first like movie back, because he had been like retired for like literally decades, I think, like at least a decade. And then Michelle Yeoh as Evelyn, Stephanie Sue as what's her regular name? All I can think of is Jobu Tupaki. Or Jobu Topaki. what's her name? Oh, Joy is her name. And then James Hong is Gong Gong. Jamie Lee Curtis as Deirdre. What's her last name? Bitch. Her name is Deirdre Beaubeardra. Deirdre Beaubeardra. Okay. Sure. That's so stupid. Anyways. And then the other rewatch is Barbie, which again, I loved it when I saw it in theaters. Loved it seeing it now. Why is my camera like, hello? Why is it doing that? Anyways, I loved it when it came out in theaters. Obviously, I feel like everyone saw this movie because of the whole like Barbenheimer bullshit. I saw both Barbie and Oppenheimer, not because of Barbenheimer, just because I love period pieces and I also happen to love girly movies, so both right up my alley, I guess. But yeah, Barbie's good. I feel like it's not as entertaining on a rewatch for me. I was kind of like, I feel like I remember this being way more entertaining and way more funny, like previously watching it, but maybe that's because it was like a first time watching it sort of situation, but rewatching it I was kind of like, not as into it, but it's still really good though, in terms of like messages and storytelling. And then I just remembered, God, I fucking love this outfit. And I wish I would have been a brunette Barbie for Halloween. But I was a different person when this movie came out. I was not about to wear something like that for Halloween, but like I would wear it now. The pink cowboy outfit, I was like, yes. And honestly, it kind of makes me want to like dress like that for Halloween now. But obviously I'm gonna be over this by the time Halloween comes. But yeah, obsessed with that outfit. Dude, her hair in that movie, I know probably a lot of it is like extensions and maybe even a wig, TBH. But oh my god, her hair looks amazing. I was really thinking about that, just how amazing her hair was. And Ryan Gosling, I love Ryan Gosling so much. I love him as an actor, especially as a comedic actor. And one of the other movies that I watched this month is like a comedy movie with him, and which is what reminded me, oh my god, like we should watch Barbie, since this person that made me watch this movie likes Ryan Gosling in this and stuff. I was like, oh, you should watch him in Barbie, obviously. And yeah, I just like Ryan Gosling, even though it's a movie about like being a woman and like girlhood and stuff and like the patriarchy and shit like that. I honestly, the whole time I was like, wow, he really is like carrying half this movie just with his comedic acting, you know what I mean? So then the other movie that I watched was The Nice Guys with Ryan Gosling and Russell Crowe. And this is set in the 70s and has Margaret Qualley in it. And I don't know, it's just like a funny kind of like detective movie. And Ryan Gosling's character in it is so fucking stupid that like it's so funny, because he's so smart, but he's so fucking dumb and reckless that like anything that he does just makes you laugh, because you're like, the fuck? Or like just the way that like he really is like Ryan Gosling in more comedies, for real, please, because he is so good at like using his body and like his voice and stuff to do a comedy. And you really see that in this with all the little noises and things that he makes. I just like really loved him in this, and yeah, I loved this one. in it, which Matt Bomber in this, I literally was like, how did they manage to make Matt Bomber fucking ugly? Like, hair really does numbers. Like, because, ew. I was literally like, why does he look so hideous? Like, I'm so like, ew. Like, I'm disgusted by him. And then, like I said, Margaret Qualley is in this. She doesn't really have like a huge part technically. Like, her character kind of does, but like she herself doesn't appear like a whole lot. And then like Angry Rice or Anchery, I don't know how to say that. She's in this, but she's like so little in it. It's crazy. This was in 2016, but I'm like, how old is she? Because she looks fucking tiny. Which obviously, I guess it came out in 2016, but it was probably filmed before then, so maybe that makes sense. But I just kept thinking, wow, she's so young. But yeah, and then Russell Crowe was great in this. He was kind of serving like, he reminded me of someone with how dramatic, the like mysterious bad like detective vibe that he was giving reminded me of someone, and I can't think of it. Fuck, that's gonna annoy me, but anyways. Yeah, this one was really good. And then I watched Star Wars Episode 1 for the first time. Now, I know a lot about Star Wars for someone who has never seen Star Wars before. Like, low-key a lot. But then there's a lot that I don't know, right? So, like, going into this, I was kind of like, already knowing, being told, because someone made me watch this. And he literally said, like, episode 1 and episode 2 are not good. Apparently, episode 3 he loves, he thinks it's really good, but episode 1 and 2 are apparently not good. And I was like, oh great, I'm real excited to watch this. But I was like, you know what? I gotta push through, because I know that Hayden Christensen will eventually come into play. So yeah, Ewan McGregor is in it, obviously, as Obi-Wan Kenobi, and he hasn't had like a huge part yet. Like, obviously he's in it, the episode 1, but it's not like, he doesn't have an insane amount of scenes, right? He's not like our main Jedi, you know? Because that's obviously Liam Neeson's character, which I can't even fucking remember his name right now because it's something weird. It's like Keenan or something. What is it? Qui-Gon. And it's mostly just like introducing the character, setting stuff up, right, for this new little like section of the Star Wars story. Then we have Natalie Portman, of course, who was 16 when she filmed this movie. 16 when she filmed the movie, and she was 8. Why is this fucking doing that? And she was 18 when the premiere happened. I remember that because I remember reading that she didn't go to the premiere because she stayed home and was studying for her senior finals in high school. But yeah, and then who else is in this? Like, oh my god, that fucking character. What's his name? I can't remember. He's so fucking stupid. Jar Jar Binks. I was like, honestly, a lot of people hate Jar Jar Binks, obviously, just because he's stupid, right? Listen, if he wasn't in this movie, I would literally be asleep. Because there was nothing interesting about this movie for me. Like, it was so fucking boring. My review on Letterboxd of this movie is honk shoe was sleeping, girl. I still gave it like 3 stars, but I was like, it was good for like maybe the first half maybe of the movie, or maybe first 3/4 of the movie. I was like, okay, it's like a decent pace, stuff is happening, you know, I'm learning stuff that I actually didn't know about Star Wars and about like certain characters and stuff. This is interesting, whatever. Then I was like, bitch, this is so boring, oh my god. And then it was just like, I was literally like falling asleep for that last part. I was really struggling to get through it. And yeah. Girl. Yeah, and I know that this little boy got so much hate. And I can see why almost, because like, it's like surely there was better child actors out there. Like, he's not very good. But he's also a child. Like, why are you bullying a child? You fucking weirdo. I don't know. And then Natalie Portman's looks in this were fucking crazy. And you know what's crazy too? Is the guy who made me watch this. Huge Star Wars fans. And tell me why I was telling him facts about this movie that he didn't know. I literally was like, did you know that the princess decoy is Keira Knightley? He didn't know apparently, but which is crazy too. Like, they really did look a lot alike, and it's even crazier because then I was like, damn, how old is Keira Knightley if this movie came out in 1999? Because in Pirates of the Caribbean, she's like 17 during filming some, and Natalie Portman's 16 during this, and I could tell that Keira Knightley was younger during this. So I was like, how old is she then if they're not the same age? Bitch, Keira Knightley was 12 when she filmed this, like, when she filmed for this movie as the princess decoy. 12. And yes, she was fucking 17 in Pirates of the Caribbean. She looked like that at 17. Isn't that fucking crazy? Some people are just blessed. What can I say? I mean, look at Natalie Portman at 16. The fuck? It's just not fair, man. Literally gorgeous. And then obviously we had Darth Maul in this movie. I kind of wish that he lasted to the second movie because he has such a cool look. I love this actor's voice. And his dual-sided, like, lightsaber is really cool. So I was kind of like, oh, I'm kind of sad that he gets murked in this first one, but it is what it is. And then obviously, Keegan died. And I was like, well, I knew that was gonna happen, but also, damn. Because I knew that obviously he was gonna die and that Obi-Wan was gonna be the one who ends up training Anakin. Yeah. So I'm watching, that's all the ones that I officially watched so far. But tonight, it's February 27th right now. So there's the 27th and the 28th. Tonight, on the 27th, I'm watching episode 2. I haven't watched it yet, but I'm gonna watch episode 2. Now, I've seen parts of some of these films, obviously, especially of episode 3, because, like, how could I have not? Like, I don't live under a rock, and the internet, I'm very in the internet, right? So the second one is Attack of the Clones. This one, I don't really know anything about the plot in this one. I know that people make fun of it because apparently it's a lot of, like, Obi-Wan Kenobi, like, fighting for his life, and then it just cuts to scenes of, like, Anakin and Padme, like, being in love and, like, falling in love. Which, you know what? We have to build that up somehow, okay? Like, let me live. And I know that this movie is the one with that notorious, I don't like sand. It's rough, and that whole scene, right? Comes from this movie. And then, which I'm so excited to watch. I've already low-key been spoiled, which I'm kind of mad about because I had no idea what it was about. I just wanted to watch it, and I was gonna go into it blind, and then I got spoiled. I love when that happens. So I'm about to spoil you slightly. So if you wanted to go into this blind, do not watch this part. So Companion is a movie that has Sophie Thatcher. I love you, girl. From Yellow Jackets and Heretic. I love you. Sophie Thatcher's in it, and Jack Quaid. And then Lucas Gage is in this. Lucas Gage is in everything. He's literally in everything, but anyways, the little synopsis that it gives on Letterboxd is a billionaire's death sets off a chain of events for Iris and her friends during a weekend trip to his lakeside estate. That's all that it gives you. Now stop watching right now if you don't want to know the little like plot twist, I guess. So it turns out she's a fucking robot. And I'm so excited about this actually, because anytime I see something like this that's like a robot or like a simulation type vibe, like Companion, or like Don't Worry Darling, or that episode of Black Mirror, you know, the one where she oh my god, this cat, where they're on, it's like the 60s and they're on like a spaceship and stuff, but it's actually like a simulation that this guy made. I can't remember what the episode is called. I can't remember, but it's a very popular episode. If you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. Those all remind me of the Stepford Wives, which I loved growing up. I watched the one growing up. The one that came out when I was little was the Nicole Kidman version. There is a darker version that's oh my god, what is all these noises happening? There is a darker version that's from the 70s that's like closer to the book. But Stepford Wives from like when I was little was more a comedic take. But that's what it reminds me of. If you don't know what Stepford Wives is, basically these men go to this little town in Connecticut. I think it's Connecticut. And basically they like take their wives and like brainwash them and do shit to their mind. Some of them even are part robot because they've been messed with so much by the husbands that like they have like literally robot qualities. Like you can shut them off and stuff like that. You can mute them. You can make them sleep. You can all this stuff. They control their wives. They make them into perfect Stepford housewives. Like a perfect 1950s housewives. Like they don't swear. They don't, you know what I mean? And that's what Stepford Wives is. And then by the end, obviously, the main girl, Nicole Kidman, like breaks out of it. Her husband has like I think he has a redemption arc, sort of. I can't remember if they actually get back together or not, though. And then you find out that the main bitch that was behind all of this, I think it's played by Glenn Close. Her husband, who is, what's that guy's name? I got cocktail weenies. What's that guy's name? He's the dad in Hairspray. What's his name? Hold on. I need to know. It's gonna piss me off. Christopher Walken. You find out that Christopher Walken is full fucking robot and her husband died. Like, bitch, what? Crazy. And she literally, like, his like skin fucking peels off and shit. She's literally hugging his like robot corpse and is like crying, and then she gets electrocuted and fucking dies at the end. And she's like, her hair literally gets like electrocuted off, and she's like bald, hugging his corpse, and they're just laying there like dead together. It's a great movie. You should watch it for real. It's great. It has Nicole Kidman. It has that guy from Ferris Bueller's Day Off. What's his name? Matthew Broderick, Bette Midler, and like I said, Glenn Close, Christopher Walken, and other people, but those are the main people that I care about. But yes, I fucking love that movie. It was done so well, honestly. Although I haven't watched the 1970s version and I haven't read the book, but honestly, like, as a movie, it's great. You should watch it. So yeah, anyway, those are the movies that I have watched / the 2 movies that I'm gonna watch in the last 2 days of February. I don't know when I'm putting this up, but yeah, those are all of those. And I will do an updated version probably for every month, unless I don't really watch anything. Unless I don't watch enough to make a video about it, but if I don't, I'll probably do like media I consumed in blank month, you know what I mean? Like TV shows and stuff like that, because I think that's fun. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. Just a reminder that I have a Patreon if you would like any extra content from me. I have one tier that is $5 a month where you get 2 extra videos a month, and then I have the second tier that is $10 and you get 4 extra videos a